What is going on, basketball fans, and welcome back to NBA GOAT News. Man, what a thriller game we had in New Orleans. Last night, the Brooklyn Nets took on the Pelicans in a battle that had fans on the edge of their seats until the very last second. The Nets, led by the late-game heroics of Cam Thomas, pulled off a heart-stopping 107-105 victory, extending the Pelicans' skid to 5 games. Let's set the stage. The Pelicans came out strong, looking to end their losing streak, with Brandon Ingram lighting it up early and rookie center Missy showing flashes of brilliance. Missy had a career night with 17 points and 11 boards. Talk about making an impact, but the Nets were right there with them, trading buckets and staying in the fight thanks to the balanced attack. Cameron Johnson and rookie Noah Clowney each chipped in 15 points, keeping Brooklyn right in the thick of it. Clowney was electric from deep, splashing 5 threes, more than doubling his season total, and Dennis Schroeder, the floor general, added 14 points, making sure the Nets stayed competitive throughout. But here's where things got really interesting. The Pelicans had control late in the game, thanks to Brandon Boston Jr., who was dishing out dimes and making clutch plays. He nailed a 27-foot triple and followed it up with a high-flying dunk after a steal by Missy. That put New Orleans up 105-101 with just minutes left, but then it all came to a screeching halt for the Pelicans. A scoring drought hit like a storm. 8 consecutive missed shots left them stranded while the Nets seized the moment. Enter Cam Thomas, the man of the moment. Hits a step-up back three in transition over Javonte Green. Boom. That gave Brooklyn the lead 106-105 with just 32.5 seconds to go. And with that, the Nets had snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. The Pelicans couldn't find the bottom of the net in those final crucial seconds. The Nets defense stood tall, and Brooklyn escaped with a hard-fought win. The team effort was on full display, with 7 players scoring in double figures, and shout out to Ben Simmons, who quietly dished out 12 assists, setting the pace for the offense all night. The Nets shot an impressive 45.2% from deep, outscoring the Pelicans 57-30 from beyond the arc. Clowney's 5 three-pointers were a game-changer, and Thomas's clutch play sealed the deal. A quick note for the Pelicans fans, though. Trey Murphy III made his season debut, but it was a night of rust for him, scoring 12 points but struggling from the field, hitting only 4 of 14 shots. The Pelicans' losing streak continues, but Brooklyn heads home with momentum, snapping their own 2-game skid. Last night, we witnessed a showdown at the Toyota Center that left Rockets fans on cloud 9. Houston hosted the Washington Wizards and put on a display that reminded everyone why they're becoming a team to watch this season. Buckle up as we break down how the Rockets steamrolled their way to a 107-92 victory, powered by the incredible performance of a young star, Alperen Sengun. Alperen Sengun, the big man, was unstoppable, racking up 27 points for the second straight game and dominating the boards with 17 rebounds. Sengun was a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the floor, hitting 12 of 19 shots and swatting away 3 blocks like they were nothing. Sengun's energy was contagious, setting the tone early and keeping the Wizards on their heels. His ability to take control and lead Houston's offense is proving to be the key ingredient in the Rockets' winning formula. It wasn't just Sengun stealing the show. Jalen Green was in attack mode, dropping 18 points and keeping the Wizards' defense guessing with his quick first step and smooth finishes at the rim. And let's talk about Amen Thompson. He chipped in 13 points with confidence, showing off why Houston's fans have been so excited about him since day one. Not to be outdone, Jabari Smith Jr. and Aaron Holiday added 11 points each, proving that the Rockets squad is more than just a one-man show. Fred VanVleet was sidelined with a hamstring issue. Nothing too serious, just day-to-day according to coach. That opened up some opportunities for players like Reed Shepherd. The rookie guard stepped in and matched his early career high with 7 points. The Rockets' depth was on full display, showcasing their next-man-up mentality. On the flip side, Washington Wizards had a night to forget. Although they welcomed back Kyle Kuzma, who led with 18 points in his return from a groin strain, it wasn't enough to spark a comeback. Jordan Poole contributed 11 points, but struggled with 8 turnovers. And if there's one stat that tells the story of Washington's night, it's their rebounding. The Wizards were out-muscled on the glass, 58-34, continuing their season-long woes in that department. Now, for the turning point, late in the second quarter, the Rockets went on a blistering 10-0 run that stretched their lead from 5 to 15 points. The Wizards simply couldn't recover after that, and Houston never looked back. This win marks the Rockets' 4th victory in their last 5 games, lifting them to an impressive 7-4 record, their best 11-game start since the 2019-20 season. And hold on to your seats, because San Antonio Spurs and Sacramento Kings brought the heat last night in an electrifying showdown. Right from the tip-off, both teams were locked in, but the night belonged to San Antonio's rising star, Victor Wembanyama. The 7'4" monster played like a man on a mission, racking up a jaw-dropping 34 points and 14 rebounds. This was Wembanyama's most dominant performance yet, showcasing his impressive scoring versatility, draining jump shots, dominating the paint, and even showing some finesse with a few fast break finishes. And we can't forget the court general himself. Chris Paul. The veteran showed why he's still one of the most impactful playmakers in the league, contributing 12 points, 11 rebounds, and it wasn't just the numbers, but the way CP3 orchestrated the offense, keeping the Spurs' tempo up and feeding his teammates for those crucial buckets. Now, the Kings didn't go down without a fight. De'Aaron Fox was relentless as always, putting up 24 points and pushing the pace whenever he could. Meanwhile, Domantas Sabonis played his heart out, finishing with 23 points and 12 rebounds, and DeMar DeRozan added 21 points, proving that Sacramento has a formidable trio. But what ultimately swung this game in San Antonio's favor was their second-half dominance. Sacramento's defense, which had collected 12 turnovers in the first half, leading to 18 points, fell apart after halftime. The Kings forced just 4 turnovers in the second half, giving the Spurs the opening they needed to take control. Devin Vassell, who broke a nearly 4-minute scoring drought late in the third quarter by hitting back-to-back three-pointers, including a 4-point play. The stretch widened the Spurs' lead to 82-67 and tilted the momentum permanently in their favor. And Julian Champagne hit 3 three-pointers, putting him at 159 career threes. San Antonio put the game away with a season-high 22 three-pointers, outmatching the previous best of 16 against Utah. This all-around effort propelled the Spurs to a convincing 116-96 victory, snapping their 4-game losing streak to Sacramento and making a statement that they're here to compete. Last night, we had an insane showdown against the Thunder vs Clippers. Let's break down the action. First up, let's talk about the star of the night, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The man was absolutely unstoppable, dropping a career-high 45 points while playing with surgical precision. He hit 13 of 21 from the field and a staggering 15 of 16 from the free throw line. And it wasn't just the scoring. With 9 assists, Shai was practically orchestrating the entire Thunder offense. And talk about clutch. With just 22.7 seconds left, Shai knocked down 2 critical free throws to seal the deal and set his new career high. That was the dagger that put OKC ahead 132-128 and gave the Thunder the breathing room they needed. But this was far from a one-man show. Jalen Williams chipped in a solid 28 points, showing off his versatility, while Lou Dort added 19 with his trademark toughness on both ends of the floor. On the Clippers side, Norman Powell was cooking. He dropped 31 points, including his ridiculous fadeaway 3 to keep Los Angeles within striking distance. But his night ended on a sour note when he fouled out with 1:32 left, leaving the Clippers without one of their key scorers. Now, let's talk about James Harden. He put up a near triple-double with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, but struggled to find his shooting touch, going just 5 from 15 in the field. Foul trouble didn't help either, and the Thunder's relentless pace exposed LA's vulnerability. One of the biggest storylines, turnovers. The Clippers were sloppy with the ball, committing 24 turnovers, and the Thunder made them pay, scoring 32 points off those mistakes. That's a stat that stings, especially in tight games like this. Zubac, though, had a presence in the paint for the Clippers, notching 22 points and 14 rebounds, helping them dominate the board with a 47-29 rebounding advantage. But even with the size mismatch, the OKC's tallest starter only at 6'6", the Thunder's speed and discipline kept them ahead. And that third quarter push from the Clippers was something to behold. Powell's clutch 3 cut the Thunder's 20-point lead to just 5 by the end of the third, making the final quarter a nail-biter. But OKC's composure down the stretch, highlighted by Shai's free throws, was what sealed the win. Oklahoma City made 22 of 23 free throws, an incredible 96%, while the Clippers only managed 20 of 29. Those missed opportunities hurt, especially in such a close battle. Those free throws ultimately gave the Thunders the win, 134-128. And last night's clash between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls was absolutely insane. Buckle up, because we're about to break down every slam, clutch play, and turning point that led to Cleveland's thrilling 119-113 victory over the Bulls. First up, we have to talk about the man of the night, Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs star dropped a high 36 points, showing everyone why he's one of the most dynamic scorers in the league. From deep threes to slashing drives through traffic, Mitchell put on an offensive masterclass that kept the crowd on their feet. But Mitchell wasn't alone in this effort. Darius Garland chipped in with 17 crucial points, navigating the floor like the maestro he is, and feeding the ball to open teammates in crucial moments. And then there's Evan Mobley, Mr. Double-Double. He put up 15 points and grabbed 11 boards, including an alley-oop layup that had the Cavs fans buzzing. On the other side of the court, the Bulls were fighting with everything they had. Zach LaVine was on fire, racking up 26 points and reminding everyone why he's still one of the smoothest scorers in the league. With help from Kobe White and Nikola Vucevic, each putting up 20 points, Chicago managed to keep it close throughout the game. And fact, things looked dicey for Cleveland late in the third quarter. The Bulls went on a 14-2 run to snatch the lead, building a 9-point advantage with just over 4 minutes remaining in the period. Momentum was on Chicago's side, and it seemed like they might just steal this one on the road. But the Cavs had other plans. Enter the unsung heroes. Georges Niang, Ty Jerome, and Karis LeVert. Each of these bench players added 12 points, injecting much-needed energy into the team. When the starters needed a breather, these guys stepped up big time, proving once again that depth matters. In the closing moments with everything on the line, Darius Garland rolled in a clutch layup with 24 seconds left. That was followed by Mitchell calmly draining 2 free throws to seal the game. And just like that, the Cavs secured their spot in history, becoming only the 8th NBA team ever to start a season with 12 straight wins. If you want more NBA games, highlights, and recaps like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.